Hi, my name's Kate Reid. I'm the founder and co-owner of Lune Croissanterie. Initially founded in Melbourne, I'm very excited to be standing on the threshold of our very first ever Lune Sydney store in Rosebery. It's the day before we're due to open. I'd love to come and show you inside. Do you want to come with me?
Okay.
Hey Ben, how are you?
Good. Please tell us about what's happening here.
We're standing in the entrance to Lune Sydney in Rosebery. It's the first store that we've had that's an entrance that's like these huge curved rammed earth walls that's like a portal into Lune. One of the things that we've really learned is that when customers come to Lune, when they get to the counter, if they've sold out of a pastry, they can be disappointed. So we wanted an opportunity to show customers what the menu was when they're like a little bit back in the line, so they can understand, get excited about what we've got. Right now today you see 14 traditional croissants here, but tomorrow morning this will be our entire counter menu displayed. And when a pastry sells out, the little pin light above it will go out.
That's genius.
It is genius. It is.
That's
genius,
so good.
Right?
That's something that I've always said when we're at Lune. It's just like, it's that wait, and you're like, what do I get? What's going to be there? What's going to be left? But knowing that it's going to be here and you're going to know exactly what's up there.
Like, I really hate disappointing people.
No, it's genius.
So it like manages expectations. People know exactly what is going to be available when they get to the counter. And also it's kind of a work of art.
Okay, so the first thing that I notice is this massive glass case. So what's happening
What makes
here?
you notice it? It's not
massive.
small.
It's massive, yeah. So what's happening inside?
All right, so this is the core and the heart of the business. It's our raw pastry kitchen. This glass room is climate controlled. We control the humidity and the temperature for the perfect pastry production. And here is where 2 of the 3 days of our processes happen. So on day 1, we make the dough, and then it has a 24-hour slow ferment at fridge temperature. The process that we're currently doing in there at the moment is the day 2 process, where we create the layers in the dough and do the final shaping of the raw product. At the moment, they're shaping the ham gruyere and seeded mustard croissant, which is one of my sneaky favourites. So that's that room.
Wow, it's epic. It's such an epic space. We've got coffee on deck too. We should point that out. Plenty of good coffee on deck.
Plenty of good coffee
And
on
we've
deck.
got a little sneak peek over here of some of the goodies.
Oh, do you want me to talk you through them?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's have a chat there.
Okay, cool. So we've got all the products out on the counter today because we're getting all of our front of house staff to taste test them for the first time, so they have a really clear understanding of what they're selling to the customers. That's really important to us. Oh.
These look good.
A little festive special. So we're in December at the moment. We've got a full festive monthly menu on at the moment. This first one is our special traditional twice-baked croissant. It's gingerbread inspired. If you scan along to the next tray, we've then got our traditional lemon curd croissant, which is a staple on the menu at Lune. In the back, we've got our December special, which is an eggnog-inspired croissant. We've always got a sweet and savoury special on the menu. This is the sweet one, and it's inspired by Christmas pudding. The next one along is almost every single staff's favourite pastry. It looks unassuming. It's called a quinamane, which means butter cake in Breton dialect from France. All right, we're now scanning along to probably every Frenchman's favourite pastry of all time. And every Frenchman I've ever met speaks about having a pain au chocolat for their afternoon tea. So it's croissant pastry with 2 batons of dark chocolate in the centre. So the morning bun is another one of our staples on the menu. It's croissant pastry. When we shape it, we spread it with butter, brown sugar, cinnamon and orange zest. That's the cheeky, sneaky secret ingredient. And then when it comes out of the oven, we roll it in a cinnamon sugar, and it's kind of like a really delicious cinnamon scroll, one of my favourites as well. And I'm going to be sneaky here and show you, hang on. See this guy here? When you have it for the first time, this square bit on the bottom here is the best mouthful of the entire pastry, because again, all the sugars run to the bottom of the tin and caramelise, and it's so chewy and toffee-like, it's so delicious. So this is the one that you've seen them producing in the cube at the moment, the ham and gruyere. This pastry is like the perfect breakfast. That perfect little bit of ham in the middle, the melty gruyere. If you get it fresh out of the oven, the cheese is still stringy when you bite it, and a little hint of the seeded mustard in there. It's honestly the perfect breakfast. All right, so last but definitely not least, we've arrived at my personal favourite pastry, the traditional Lune Croissant. It's the pastry that started it all, and it's the foundation of every single pastry that you'll see at Lune. It's important to understand that all we make at Lune is pastries made with this raw dough. So the traditional Lune Croissant for me is light, buttery, flaky, and honestly, the perfect breakfast. And every time I go to Lune, I can't go past it.
No, neither.
It's like the measure of a business, like how well do they do their foundational product, and I think ours is a cracking one. All right, so I explained to you what happened in the cube, where the pastries are shaped. They're then raw placed on trays and put into these pieces of equipment that are called retard approvers. These are a baker's best friend. If you only have a prover, it means you have to get out of bed at an ungodly hour of the night to put them in the prover. But at the moment, you can see over here, this one's set to 2 degrees and it says 7:30 in the morning. So tomorrow, this prover is going to be ready to bake at 7:30 in the morning. The unique thing about Lune is that we bake fresh throughout the day, which most bakeries don't. Like normal bakers will get in at 1 or 2 in the morning and bake up their entire stock for the day before the shop opens. Our pastry chefs start at 6 o'clock just to get enough trays out for opening, and then these guys are baking fresh throughout the day, so whenever you come into Lune, it's just out of the oven. It's a pretty special experience.
That's very special. Thank you so much, Kate, for showing us around today. I know you have a million things to do before the opening tomorrow,
It's
but
a privilege.
if you guys are watching this video, Lune, Rosebery, Lune Sydney will be open now. So come in and get all of these things because they're absolutely amazing. They are the perfect croissants, and now you know why. All right, guys, so you've seen everything that's happening behind me at the new Lune Rosebery store, and now is the time to finally have a Sydney Lune croissant. I've had a million Melbourne ones, but I'm so keen to have a Sydney one, and I'm sure the quality stacks up. We've also got Lune's Honor Coffee, so the best coffee in Australia definitely comes from, not Melbourne, but Canberra. So they've got Honor Coffee. It has to be one of my favorite. We're gonna smash one of these as well, but let's tuck in. All right, so I'm gonna start with a coffee first because this thing's been sitting here for a little bit. I definitely chose a cappuccino, so I have to wipe my face every time I drink, but that is a very good coffee. That is a Canberra coffee, and Canberra definitely has the best coffee, so I think Sydney's creeping up there. I know the Melburnians are gonna be a little bit offended by that. Look at the flakes on this thing. It's funny with food like this, you almost don't want to eat it because it's that good looking, but here we go, we tuck in. Look at the way it puffs back up. Man. So these croissants are not just like eating a piece of fluffy cardboard, they're so flavorful. They have that amazing butter texture. There's something about French butter too. It's like that French wine, it's so good. Look at the flake. And when you pair it with good coffee, it just makes the experience so amazing. Of course, there are like all these amazing savory and sweet flavors that Lune's doing as well. I'm a big fan of that ham and cheese, or ham and Gruyere croissant as well. It's absolutely outstanding. Also the pain au chocolat and the morning bun and pretty much all of it. I would smash all of these croissants, but there's something about the plain croissant, the Lune croissant. It's kind of like that margherita pizza. It's like that simplicity is just so good that you just have to get one, pretty much. And as Kate said, the basis for all the other croissants and all the other pastries that we see at Lune are based off this. This is where her journey started, and it's an amazing thing. So if you like this video and you want to see more food videos here at Man of Many, give us a like, it helps with the algorithm, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button too. And this has been another Monday Munchies. I'm gonna go savor this croissant, come back next week to see where we go next.